Good morning and welcome to For the District, the JMCSS podcast. This is a production of the Jackson-Madison County School System in partnership with Forever Communications. You can listen to this episode on demand on Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. This is episode number 2, and we're breaking ground because for the first time, we have a student joining us on the podcast. To my right is LaDonna Braswell. She's the principal of North Parkway Middle School, and joining her, a star student from North Parkway Middle, Amira. Help me out here. Amira Cook. The lights were on, the camera started rolling, and I just got nervous. Amira Cook is an 8th grader at North Parkway Middle School. And again, LaDonna Braswell is principal of North Parkway Middle School. Later in this episode, we'll be joined by Bob Sparks. He's West Tennessee, the West Tennessee Teacher of the Year by the Tennessee Department of Education. He's also an English teacher at JCM-Early College High, so he'll join us later. But right now, welcome to the show, Principal Braswell.
Thank you for having us.
We want to start off by, first of all, Principal Braswell, when I came on to the district office 2 years ago or so, going in my 3rd year, I believe you were at Lincoln Elementary.
I was.
Now you are a middle school principal. So right off the bat, let's have some fun. Compare and contrast for us being an elementary school principal compared to being a middle school principal. What's that like?
So I love them both. It's hard for me not to love anything in education. So I love them both. Elementary will always have a special place in my heart because that's the foundation. But middle school, I think I found my love. I love middle schoolers. I love the scholars that we have. I love the staff. We're just one big family. And that's also what we had at Lincoln was the family feel, the family. We continue to operate as a family. And so I did not want to lose that. So I took that principle, that value, and brought it with me to North Parkway. And so North Parkway, we are truly family oriented, which makes school or our job not feel like a job, but feels like school.
So North Parkway Middle School is the feature here on For the District, episode number 2. I'm joined by LaDonna Braswell, principal of North Parkway Middle School, and Amira Cook, an 8th grader at North Parkway. Amira, you are a student athlete, I hear, at North Parkway. Tell us what sports you play.
I play basketball and I play softball. I played basketball since I was in 6th grade. Well, since I've been to the school, and then I played softball since I was also in the 6th grade. So,
Principal Braswell, thinking about my time in the classroom, especially Principal Tucker at Southside, she would always tell the students it's important that they find their thing, whatever that thing is, that motivator, that outside of the classroom motivator that motivates you to, do your work, to keep going. Find that thing. For a lot of students, it's sports. For other students, it's band. When you think about Amira and the fact that she is a star student, she's one of those leaders you have on campus. Talk about other students and the activities they can get involved in to find their thing or their people.
So at North Parkway, we have created a club day experience, and it mirrors the future career aspirations for kids. And so we established Club Day on last year with the mindset that children would be able to just kind of get a feel with career exploration at middle school level. And so a scholar asked me about nursing. Why do we not have a nursing club? Because that's what I want to be. Well, we started to work on that. And at North Parkway, every scholar, the goal is that every scholar, leaving no one out, has an opportunity to engage in what could be their thing, career-focused thing. And so they also have an opportunity. I've noticed being in the middle school setting, our kids start to belong to a group. They can be whatever they want to be truly in middle school. They can do soccer. They can do basketball, cheerleading, band. They can also say, you know what, I don't want to do any of that. I just want to be in the book club. So we have something for every kid to find their thing. And so I like that. Principal Tucker is awesome. I love her, and I'm going to coin that. I'm going to borrow that phrase.
Go right ahead.
I'm going to
Go right
borrow
ahead.
it because it's a good thing.
We're visiting with LaDonna Braswell. She's the principal at North Parkway Middle School, and along with her is Amira Cook, an 8th grader at North Parkway Middle. Amira, before the show, we were talking about your career choice and things you're interested in outside of sports. You're interested in nursing. What interests you about nursing?
For all the sicknesses that are happening and barely any nurses in the hospital. So one of my nursing things I wanted to be was a surgical nurse. And if neither of those happen, then I want to be in the medical field, anything, mostly EMS, helping out with first responders and everything else.
We will dive more into the nursing club conversation after a commercial break. But before we go to commercial break, Principal Braswell, tell us about your path into school leadership. Coming out of high school, did you want to be a teacher? I mean, did you always know you were going to be in education? Tell us briefly about your path into teaching and school leadership.
I wish my mom and cousins were here right now because they would say I've always wanted to be a teacher. I used to make them play school with me. But as I continued to go through my high school experience, I had a teacher, Miss Marilyn Taylor, who is phenomenal. She pushed me to stay focused because I had some family members to tell me, well, teachers don't make any money. And Miss Marilyn Taylor told me, if you go into the field of choice, it'll never feel like a job. And she was absolutely correct. I have not worked a day in my life since I have been an adult.
So what you're telling us is you had a passion, but you also had a mentor.
Absolutely. And it takes that. Absolutely.
So when we come back from this commercial break, we'll talk about the mentors that Principal Braswell and other instructors on the North Parkway campus are providing, not only for students who are interested in nursing, but many students who are interested in a number of different career fields. You're listening to For the District, the JMCSS podcast in production with the Jackson-Madison County School System and Forever Communications. And you're listening to JJ 97.7 FM. We'll be right back.
The Jackson-Madison County School System is in need of bus drivers. Do you or someone you know have a passion for educating the children of our city? The Jackson-Madison County School System would love to have you join the team as a bus driver. Linda Thomas came out of retirement to help transport our children.
A lot of the bus drivers I know are real good people. They're dedicated. You know, they love their job too, or they wouldn't be here.
You too can help get the children of our city to and from school safely. You can find out more about becoming a bus driver at jmcss.org.
Hello, I'm Elias, a star student at Arlington Elementary School. You're watching For the District. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to For the District, the JMCSS podcast. Joining me today is LaDonna Braswell. She's the principal at North Parkway Middle School, and Amira Cook, a star student at North Parkway Middle. Amira, you're in the 8th grade, correct?
Yes, sir.
And I know you're interested in basketball. You play sports at North Parkway, but from what I hear, I've done my research, you guys don't just play basketball at North Parkway. You've got a pretty good team. Tell us about that.
So last year we had a pretty good team, and we also won district last year. The year before last also. Yeah, the year before last we won district. And I think I was either in the 6th grade, most likely. No, 7th grade. Last year, we also won district, and once we won district, we played in like the tournament. So like you go against each other, and whoever wins to get some tournaments goes up to state. We also won all tournaments, and we went up to sub-state, and we Unfortunately lost, but it was a pretty good game. So
That's
I'll give
awesome.
that.
And so you're back this year to do it again.
Yes, sir.
Amira Cook in the 8th grade at North Parkway Middle School. Or are you a point guard or a shooting guard?
I'm a point guard.
All right, pass it to me. Go ahead, pass it over. There you go. All right. Now I'm going to pass it. Now I'm going to pass it to Principal Braswell. Let's talk about nursing club at North Parkway. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I was at that event last week, and if I remember correctly, North Parkway is the only middle school in Tennessee to offer this nursing club or program to students.
We are the only one, and it was confirmed on last Monday. We reached out to the state of Tennessee rep at the education department, and so she's been researching. So she confirmed it on Monday. We are the only one, especially in collaboration with a college where each individual scholar will have a nursing mentor. So at the end of their program, the nursing scholars at Lambeth have been challenged to do a memory book. So they're going to create a scrapbook of the year-long program at Parkway with their mentee. And so that's going to be their crossing over. They're going to have a white coat ceremony in May to close out the program. So the nursing program, I want to definitely give hats off to Dr. Lewis, because
Dr. Nathan Lewis?
Yes, Nathan Lewis, the principal at Early College High, a scholar wanted a program, and I went to him. Dr. Lewis, how can we make this happen for our children? Because I'm sure there are more that are interested. And so Dr. Lewis said, we're going to do it. And I told him, I said, let's just start with hospital beds. And he was able to get us beds. He was able to get us everything that we needed to have a practical lab for our scholars.
So this speaks to the type of collaboration that is going on now in the Jackson-Madison County school system. Our superintendent, Dr. Marlon King, implemented the senior leadership meetings.
Yes.
So principals across the district, across grade levels, build these relationships. And so, it's easy for you to reach out to a peer like Dr. Lewis. And Dr. Lewis is also our CTE director, career and technical education. So Dr. King always likes to say, winning.
Yes.
Certainly that's a win. So you see there the connections that are made. So Dr. Lewis gave you the support on the school side. Talk about the University of Memphis Lambeth, but also there were several doctors and nurses at this initial nursing club event. Talk about some of the doctors and nurses and the different community partners who are helping you with this project.
So the University of Memphis at Lambeth, we received an email. She was just looking for a school to partner with. And so I believe a spiritual connection led her to us, because we were in the ground stage of building our program. And I connected her with our nurse, Miss Candace Haley, and they connected. They created how the program should look, when it's going to start, how many scholars we're going to start off with. So that's kind of how we got the partnership. Maya just reached out. She just went to North Parkway first. And so I am one to believe that was a spiritual connection. Now, on last Friday, that was our nursing club induction.
And if people see me playing on my phone, I'm trying to pull up that program. Continue.
That's all right. We had my sorority sister as a key speaker, and that's Dr. Michelle Taylor Moraney. And she actually agreed to do this the day before. She was so excited to be a part of such a prestigious opportunity. Not only that, but we also asked Dr. E. Scott Yarbrough to be a part. And he said, wow, he didn't even know that he was going to speak. But when he did speak, he was so excited to say he's going to partner with us. And he's going to be an active partner because he's retired. He wants to actively participate so that these scholars will have a firm foundation for what we're trying to do. Not only that, we reached out to several doctors in various fields. We had several to show up after the ceremony because there was some sort of time crunch there. But we wanted our scholars to see that right here in Jackson, you have people that have somewhat taken the same interest, and you have a network right here.
And for students like Amira Cook, who's joining us here in studio, not only do they get that mentor piece, but they can see a pathway toward that career. Amira, what do you hope to gain? Because you're in the 8th grade, you'll be in high school this time next year. What do you hope to gain or experience in this year of middle school with the nursing club?
Many things. Like, I would love to get more into surgical nursing. Not only because just to be a surgical nurse, just to help people out. And I love working with people, and I'm good with working with people. So I think nursing will be more fitted with me. And I made my choice last year. I was like, okay, I think I want to do nursing. And then I heard the nursing program right after I said that. So I was like, it's going to be perfect.
This is awesome. And so thinking about reasons to choose the Jackson-Madison County school system, early opportunities to gain experience in careers across a wide range of career fields, nursing just being one of those at North Parkway Middle School. I'm Greg Hammond, Chief of Public Information for the Jackson-Madison County School System. I'm joined by LaDonna Braswell. She's principal at North Parkway Middle School. We're discussing this brand new innovative nursing club at North Parkway. Not only is this in partnership with the University of Memphis Lambeth, but several current medical professionals and retired medical professionals will walk alongside the students this year as they have this experience in the nursing club. Principal Braswell, we now want to transition to talking about the big event that's going on at North Parkway in the month of September, the 5K. And I read the fine print, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I can sign up for the 5K and I can run a little and walk a little. So there's no pressure. Is that correct?
No pressure. And actually, I will be walking a lot. I will not run at all. So you can walk, you can run, and you can skip whatever you would like to do.
Tell us about the 5K.
I would love for Amira Cook to share.
It'll be on September 17th at 10 a.m. It will start at North Parkway. In order to get your tickets and register, you will have to go on gofan.co, not com. Make sure you put co because it might not pop up.
And we'll make it easier for families. We've added that to JMCSS.org.
Yes.
We shared the district activities and events link. They can also go there. Continue, Ms. Cook. You're doing great.
And it will be $35 per person if I'm not wrong.
You are correct.
Kids will be free. And we'll have so much fun, such as being sprayed with paint and just having fun as a community and coming together as a school and doing something together.
Principal Braswell, why are you excited about this 5K?
So I'm super excited because it's just a way for us to gather as a community on something that's very important. We're not moving enough as a community. And so we need to move. And this is a fun way to just just plant a seed. And I want to give a big shout out to Miss Candace Fryson, our math teacher, 8th grade math teacher at North Parkway, because she inspired us to do a 5K. I never even thought that it was possible to do it for myself. And she inspired our staff. We came together, we did it, and we had fun in doing it. So that inspired us to let's do it for North Parkway and have our first community event as a 5K.
Principal Braswell, I think that speaks a lot to your leadership, that she felt comfortable to share this idea with you, and you guys just took that ball and ran with it. So that's exciting. It's the North Parkway 5K in the month of September. No pressure. You can run and walk. Go ahead and visit jmcss.org. You'll look for the district activities and events link, and you can go ahead and get signed up there. Last comment about the band at basketball games. Dr. King is very passionate about AAA, academics, athletics, and the arts. Thinking about the arts at North Parkway. The band will be highlighted at basketball games this fall. Talk about that.
They are working on their musical right now. They are super excited. We have clips. We may share a little snippet of what's to come, but they will make their debut at our basketball game. So we encourage the community to come out to support all sports. Most definitely do not miss our basketball games because the band will be there.
And so you can keep up with North Parkway Middle School on social media. Shout out to your social media team. It's really, the engagement is really improving. So you don't have to wait until basketball season. You can be sure to support the football team right now as well. LaDonna Braswell, principal at North Parkway Middle School, along with Amira Cook, an 8th grade star student at North Parkway. So Amira, would you like to toss us the break? You'll say for the district, I'm Amira Cook. We'll be right back. Go ahead.
For the district, I am Amira Cook, and we'll be right back.
Congratulations to the teachers and students of the Jackson-Madison County School System. JMCSS has been designated a Level 5 school district by the Tennessee Department of Education for significant academic growth in math and English language arts. This, along with an increased focus in the arts and athletics, means there's never been a better time to choose us. Tuition-free. Jackson-Madison County Schools. Visit jmcss.org today to schedule a tour.
Hello, I'm Takaya, a star student at Arlington Elementary. You're watching For the District. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to For the District, the JMCSS podcast. This is a production of the Jackson-Madison County School System in partnership with Forever Communications. You can listen to this episode on demand on Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Our next guest is Bob Sparks. He's the West Tennessee, not just the school system. He is the West Tennessee Teacher of the Year, and that award was given by the Tennessee Department of Education. And Mr. Sparks teaches English at JCM-Early College High. Now, Mr. Sparks, I did get that right. It is English, correct?
Yes, I do teach English. Yeah.
Awesome. So welcome to the show, Mr. Sparks. Bob, tell us about, first of all, tell us about JCM-Early College High, because there may be some listeners out there who may not know about that unique setup.
Yeah, sure thing. So again, I'm at JCM Early College High in Jackson, Tennessee. This is my 4th year here, although the school has been in existence for now 7 years. We have a really unique program. We partner with Jackson State Community College, and the majority of our juniors and seniors take their classes on campus at Jackson State, and the majority of our graduates finish not only with a high school diploma, but with also an associate's degree. And pretty much all of our students graduate with some college credit. We also house the Workforce Development Center here in our building. So that's open to students from across the district and high school. They can come take classes in health science, welding, manufacturing through our mechatronics. And we've also just started up a course for future educators, those that are interested in teaching. So we have a whole lot of opportunities here, preparing students for college and the career. And it's a great place to work. I love it here. Love the faculty, love the students, love the administration. We tag all our tweets, ECH family, because we really are a family, and we support one another. And we really try to give the students the support they need to excel in these programs, like in the Workforce Center or at Jackson State.
We're visiting with Bob Sparks. He's the West Tennessee Teacher of the Year. He's also an English teacher at JCM-Early College High. Bob, tell us about your path into teaching and mentoring. And this is always interesting to me because so many of our peers were in careers outside of education before coming over to the classroom. So tell us about your path into teaching and mentoring.
Yeah, sure thing. So I went to Union University here in Jackson. That's what brought me to the area. And, all throughout college, I had two majors. I was a religious studies major on the one side and an English major on the other, because I kind of had these two aspirations to maybe be a teacher and also maybe go into pastoring. I kind of went back and forth between those all throughout college. And then senior year, graduating, needed to find a job. And somebody was like, hey, you could do the teaching thing. And so I decided to go that route. I had no education background, though. I'd simply taken English courses. And so I spent that summer, taking the praxis and all those things, and got offered a job at what was West Middle School back in 2008, 2009 was my first year teaching seventh grade. No, eighth grade, actually, there, and spent a couple years there. Later, in one of the reorganizations, ended up at Tigrit Middle School for several years, 5 years, and then left the district for a couple years. I taught in Decatur County schools at the middle school there before coming back to Jackson, and taught another year at West Bemis, and then I moved up to high school, which was kind of always a goal. I'd always wanted to teach at the high school level. Kind of all along on the side, doing some church work as well in various places, but really found my place in education, especially at the high school level. And I'm really excited to be a part of Early College High, because I really believe in the importance of, making sure our graduates are ready for, college and the workforce, and literacy skills, communication skills, which is what I teach and what I do, is so essential to that. And so I'm just excited to be a part of this program and just be, equipping students for their careers and for college, and just seeing them excel, seeing them, develop those skills that are going to really help them go far in life. So that's kind of my backstory in a nutshell. Really passionate also about supporting teachers. That was something, along the way, I would not be here if it weren't for instructional coaches and principals and other teachers who kind of took me under their wing, especially not having an education background originally, and really helping me, get to the point where I am now. I owe my success, to all these people whose shoulders I'm standing on, and I give them credit for that. And so that's why, I'm able to serve as a learning coach in my school. I'm working with some of the newer teachers, new to teaching and new to our district, and really put a priority in wanting to support teachers. And as I'm able, as I am the West Tennessee Teacher of the Year, and I'm going to have some opportunities to serve on the Teacher Advisory Council and speak in some other capacities, I really want to advocate teachers and making sure that they, across West Tennessee and across the state, have the resources they need and the types of training and support and so on to be successful.
We're visiting with Bob Sparks. He's an English teacher at JCM-Early College High. We just found out last week, after a year-long process, he's the West Tennessee Teacher of the Year, and that was awarded to him by the Tennessee Department of Education. Let me say two things to our listeners who may be listening here on the radio on JJ 97.7 FM. If you have an opportunity, go to the Jackson-Madison County School System's Facebook page, but also go to our YouTube channel, because there'll be images on the video portion of this podcast to highlight and let you know about the great things that are going on at JCM Early College High. So we appreciate you listening, but you can also check out our YouTube channel to see the images when Mr. Spark talks about the Workforce Development Center, talks about students gaining college credit at Jackson State Community College. Be sure to also check out this podcast on YouTube. Mr. Sparks, let's transition to this Teacher of the Year conversation. I know it's been a long process for you. Tell the folks at home about the Teacher of the Year process and what this last year has been like for you. So take us to the beginning.
Sure thing. Yeah, it has been a long process. Really got underway in January when I was named the Teacher of the Year for my high school, and then and then the district, or really, I was also named the high school teacher of the year for the district, and then eventually the JMCSS teacher of the year. But once I made it into that level where I was identified by the district, I was able to enter into the statewide teacher of the year contest. And there were several layers and steps to that. Initially, it was an application of 3 questions, basically essay questions. And I basically had to write a bunch of essays, really just reflecting on, my experiences, my kind of professional background, my philosophy and approach as a teacher. And so I worked on all of that, spent quite a lot of time on that, really trying to think carefully about these questions, and, submitted those to the Tennessee Department of Education. And then a few months later, I found out that I had made it into the regional semifinalist round, where basically they narrowed it down to 27 teachers across the state, 9 from each of the 3 grand divisions, West, Middle, and East Tennessee, 3 high school, 3 middle school, 3 elementary school. And at that point, part 2 of the application opened up, and there was another 3 questions that I had to prepare, as well as submit a resume, have some letters of recommendation. So I worked really hard on those. These questions were a little more broader about how would, if I were named teacher of the year, use this as a platform to advocate for students and teachers across the state. What were my, views on some education issues across our state currently? Again, I focused on teacher support and retention, because that is a real issue right now. And so I submitted that. And then I found out in, I guess it was June, that I had made it to the finalist round. I was one of the top 9 from across the state. And at that point, the last phase in the process was a rather arduous hour-long interview over Zoom, where I was basically given 5 questions. I only knew what 2 of them were in advance, and only the day before. And I was given about 10 minutes to respond to each. There wasn't follow-up questions. It was like, here's the question, go for it. And so for about an hour, I discussed education, my own experience, issues that I think are important. And then I had to finish that with a pre-prepared 2-minute speech. So it was probably the most intense kind of job interview type thing I've ever done. And then finally, this past week, Thursday evening, they had the yearly Excellence in Education banquet in Nashville. They not only recognized Teacher of the Year finalists, and they also recognized some presidential honorees in math and the Milken Award winners. And then finally, they called all 9 of us up on stage. We were awarded as finalists, and then they awarded the 3 grand division finalists, which I won for West Tennessee, before finally naming Melissa Collins of Memphis as Teacher of the Year. A very well-deserved award for her. But again, I was named the West Tennessee Grand Division Teacher of the Year finalist, and I'm very honored to receive that award, and in the capacity that I have to be able to represent teachers around West Tennessee for this next year.
It sounds like that was a very demanding year-long process.
It was.
In reflection, as you think about all the work that went into that, what was probably the most rewarding part for you?
I think the most rewarding part was it really forced me to think long and hard about what I believe about education. If I had to crystallize what I do as a teacher and what I believe about it into 500 words, that's literally what I had to do. I had to really, and I think I go back to those responses that I wrote and thought through quite a bit, because it's really helped me nail down, what I think is important, what I want to focus on in my classroom, and even more broadly, what issues do I want to use my voice to advocate for? Because I'm a real believer in, teachers, not just me, but really all teachers using their voice to speak to the issues in public education today. Because there's a lot of voices out there, saying all sorts of things, but we really need to hear from the teachers, because we're the ones, in the classroom every day. We see the students, we teach the students, we know the issues, and I want to empower more and encourage more teachers to stand up and speak out. And so I think it's that part of it, just that being able to reflect on and focus on what do I really believe, what do I think the issues are, and then strategize, how am I going to use this to speak for teachers and to hopefully move the needle to really improve working conditions for teachers across the state, and ultimately, outcomes for students, because that's really what it's ultimately about.
Mr. Sparks, we're certainly thankful for the work that you do, not only in the school district, but also the work you do in our community. Bob Sparks is the West Tennessee Teacher of the Year. He's also an English teacher at JCM Early College High. Mr. Sparks, everybody wants to be associated with a winner, and we get to do that as a school system. But I know there are other organizations and clubs and things of that nature that keep you busy. I know even on a regional level. So briefly talk about some of those.
Yeah. So one thing that I am, two things that I'm going to be involved in. I think I mentioned I get to serve on the Teacher Advisory Council. That's part of the State Department's Department of Education's efforts to, again, bring in teacher voice. So all 9 finalists will get to serve on that for up to 2 years. And so we'll get to meet monthly and speak into the decision-making process about, again, the education issues in the state. But more regionally focused, I've been accepted to be a part of the West Teach class of 2022. West Teach is a program put on by the West Star Leadership Program. Ultimately, it's an effort of UT Martin, where they bring together teachers from pretty much every county in West Tennessee to meet with business leaders, meet with government leaders, and really try to bridge that gap between the education sector and the other sectors, with the goal that teachers are equipped to advocate, and also we really just advocate for the whole region. We're trying to advance West Tennessee, economically, develop our communities, and ultimately, raise the bar educationally. And we're at such a pivotal time right now with the Ford Project and other jobs coming into West Tennessee. And the real issue is making sure the workforce is ready for it. And so, just yesterday and Monday, I was a part of conversations with some business leaders across West Tennessee, just hearing from them what they need from us as educators, and then us as educators getting to voice to them, like, these are the things that you can help us with. And so I think it's an exciting time in West Tennessee, and I'm excited to be at the table and be a part of some of these things. And so, again, West Teach is one avenue that I'm going to be a part of. And I've had other people reaching out to me as well, to want to talk about different issues in education in West Tennessee. And I'm just really excited to, again, be an advocate, because that's really what it's about. I want to see our region, our school systems, our students, our families, our communities thriving. And I think we really have a catalytic moment where we can all come together, collectively, and work together to make some really exciting things happen across our region.
And in closing, I think it's important for people to know that teachers really can have a great time in this occupation. And let me share this quickly. Last year, I was invited to Early College High. You guys had a lunch. I got to hang out with Dr. Nathan Lewis, your friend David Westbury, just to watch you guys just really have a great time. Talk about the business, but also cut up. It reminded me, it was like I was watching Boy Meets World. You guys just had a great time, and it's exciting to know that Mia Moore is on the leadership team now there at JCM Early College High. So in closing, we'll let you have the last word. Just make your pitch for JCM Early College High, because as you saw earlier, students like Mara Cook, she's a standout student at North Parkway Middle School. Of course, students have choices these days. So, make your pitch for Early College High.
Yeah, sure thing. I think my pitch for our school would be, if you come to Early College High, we are a family. We're going to support you. We're going to bring you in. You're going to be a part of a community. But not only are you part of a community, there are so many great options and opportunities that you're able to get here. You're able to get 2 years of college free. And a lot of our students then transfer on to 4-year universities, but they get to start as juniors typically. And then not only do we have that, we also have the Workforce Development Center. So if you want to go down more of a career technical path, we have options for that. And there are jobs galore out there for health sciences, for manufacturing, for welding. And so if you want to expand your horizons and your opportunities, come to Early College High. We will support you in that. We'll prepare you for that. And we just love to see our graduates and our students excel, because that's really what we are all about, supporting students in their dreams and goals.
He is Bob Sparks, an English teacher, 11th and 12th grade English teacher at JCM Early College High, and also the reigning West Tennessee Teacher of the Year. Mr. Sparks, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Greg.
We hope you enjoyed this edition of For the District, the JMCSS podcast. For the District, I'm Greg Hammond.